Now in Sierra Leone, now it will surprise you that we have 84,000 confirmed cases of HIV and the prevention of everything is better than the cure itself, and normally we say to obey is better than to sacrifice. That is to say, it is more important if you prevent and protect yourself from contacting the virus than you being a victim and you being infected of the virus, and you are now running around looking for cure, looking for treatment, or looking for medication as well. Hello and welcome to another video. I am Joseph Kelvin Mara, and in this video we are going to look at this deadly virus that is slowly killing people and that many people are battling with. What am I exactly talking about? I'm talking about HIV and AIDS. And in this video we are going to look at several sectors or several areas. Number one, what is the HIV and AIDS itself? Number two, how the HIV and AIDS can be transmitted, and under the transmissions, number one, we have how it can be contacted through secret societies, and how you can get it in barbing shops, and how you can get it from your parents, and how you can get it through sexual intercourse. But before we continue, let's just take a short break, and when we come back we will look into the video properly. Now in Sierra Leone, now it will surprise you that we have 84,000 confirmed cases of HIV. You are welcome back. Please stick around until the end of this video, because if you are a Sierra Leonean, there is something very important for you in this video, because at the end of the video we are going to look at how many confirmed cases we have here in Sierra Leone, and how they are going about spreading the disease, and how you can prevent yourself from getting the disease. Now, what is HIV and AIDS? I'm not going to explain it in detail. I'm just going to cut it short. In other words, I'm just going to give a brief explanation and an understandable one. Now, HIV and AIDS is a virus that almost kills the cells in the system, or kills the immune system of a man. In other words, it weakens the soldiers that are in you. Now, if you are infected with HIV and AIDS, your body system will not be able to fight against any other intruder or any other sicknesses that comes into your system. And the AIDS there is the most dangerous infections that any man can get. Now, if you are infected with HIV and AIDS, you will be prone and open to so many sicknesses that will come. Now, the first part is how we can contact, or how HIV and AIDS is transmitted through secret societies. For example, I'm not here to abuse anybody, or I'm not here to talk or go against anybody's personality or anybody's privacy, but it is just the fact and it is just the truth. Now, I came from a native village where people are fond of doing this. Now, in so many secret societies, there are things that they do. Example, in the initiation process, right? Now, they only use one object. For example, if they are using the razor blades, for example, they don't change the razor blade for anybody. In the process, they use this razor blade upon all the children that they are initiating in that particular secret society. It is among the men and also it is among the women. For example, if one person is there that is infected with HIV and AIDS, don't forget that the virus stays in the blood. If one child or if one person is infected with HIV and AIDS, right, and they happens to have 1,000 children that they are initiating in that particular secret society, don't forget that all those 1,000 children will contact the AIDS or will contact the virus. So it is very dangerous. That is why most people are against the idea of initiating the female children. Most people are against those traditional methods or traditional ways of initiating the girl child, for example, because in the native land or in the native places they don't have the experience wherein, for example, okay, let's just like use different object for different people or different instruments or different material for different people. They just use what is available. So by so doing, we can contact, or HIV and AIDS can spread, right, as a result of secret societies, because traditional secret societies, because they don't, there is not enough material or there is not enough utensils for them to use to carry out their processes. Number two, we can contact HIV and AIDS through those private and unknown doctors. For example, there are doctors in secret places or there are doctors in secret areas that are carrying out some medical processes or some unprotected and unauthorized medical processes. In other words, there are things that they are doing just for their own gain. You can see a private doctor or you can see a doctor which uses just one syringe or one needle to inject almost more than 5 patients, right? Now, they don't get up, or for them to get up to go, okay, and say, okay, let me buy more than 5 syringe or more than 5 needles for 5 patients. They don't do that. They just, because they are doing the job for their own gain, they don't actually love the job. They are doing it as a means of survival, so they can just use whatever is available there. Number three, how we can contact HIV and AIDS through our parents. For example, if a woman or a man is infected of HIV and AIDS, don't forget we are going to get into the area wherein we'll talk about how HIV and AIDS is contacted through sexual immorality. Now, how now we can get or we can contact HIV and AIDS through from our parents. For example, if your mother is infected with HIV and AIDS right before you were born, or your father is infected with HIV and AIDS before you were born, and when those two people meet and the man impregnates the woman, right, now immediately that blood transmission takes place, right? Anything that is formed in there will be infected with anything that, if that blood is contaminated with any virus or any sickness, automatically, if a child is formed in that process, that child will contact that particular virus. Now, it can only be treated, or that child can only be prevented from coming out with that particular virus with series of treatment if doctors come to the aid of the family, or the doctors come to the aid of the wife or the husband. They can treat that particular sickness and they can prevent it from transferring to the child that is in the womb of the woman. How we can contact HIV and AIDS through sexual immorality. Now, there are millions and billions of cells that transfer, or blood that transfer. Now, normally, you cannot see that, but It is very miraculous. Now, if you are doing those that are fond of masturbation, for example, if you are doing a general masturbation or you are just doing it like that, nothing like blood will be seen in the process. But if you are having an intercourse with the woman, right, there is something called the blood transmission. Right now, you exchange virtue, you exchange the blood in the process of that. If you are doing an unprotected sex, that is why so many medical experts or so many hospitals tells you that it is wrong for you to do an unprotected sex. That is to say, if this particular person is not your wife or is not your husband, you people, both of you are just passing by, both of you are just doing things out of pleasure, it is wrong for you to be doing unprotected sex. I'm not encouraging you to be having sex, but I'm just telling you that if you are in the habit or of having sex outside marriage, right, if you are an impatient fellow, please do not be doing unprotected sex. Apart from HIV and AIDS, there are other sicknesses that can easily be transmitted to you. Now, many people are struggling or many people are suffering from certain diseases today as a result of unprotected sex. So immediately that blood transmission takes place, immediately that blood transmission happens between the man and the woman, right? If the man is infected with HIV and AIDS or any virus, that sick automatically transfer because it is like a magnet. That is to say, now those people in sex now, right, those people, when they are having sex, there is a particular moment that it reaches when the both of them are unconscious. You don't know what happens in that particular period, you don't know what happens in that particular time. For example, if the man and the woman are meeting and they are having intercourse, for example, the state wherein the man releases to into the woman, right, something automatically opens up like a magnet that draws the semen from the man, right? And in the process of that, that thing that appears from the woman that draws the semen from the man, it automatically draws it alongside with the blood, right? Now, if that blood is contaminated or if that blood is infected with any virus, right, that blood will automatically transfer to the man or transfer to the woman, right? So it is very important if we take caution and if we be careful, right, in what we do or the type of sex we have, right? It is better for us to abstain, it is better for us to prevent ourselves from having it. It is better for us to prevent ourselves from contacting the virus than we contact the virus. Now, number one, we have a short life. Number two, we continue to put other people's lives in danger, right? We'll come to that very soon, right? Now, at these public barber shops or public places. Now, normally when you go to some public places or some public barber shops, now growing up as a child, when I was living with my parents or living with my family at the villages, normally our parents will just get one razor for all of us, right? Now they will remove our hairs from our head with just a single razor. Now if it is 5 of us, all the 5 of us will be will be cleaned with that one razor. Now when the case of Ebola came and other dangerous epidemic or other pandemics, they normally say to us, okay, you don't use object on two people, or even in some hospitals or some advanced medical places that uses sharp object, or that uses object that they use in the process, either in piercing someone's skin or barbing or so. Now, no matter how professional someone can be, right, he or she cannot use the razor on someone's head without bringing out something. For example, if the person have some of these rashes on the skin, right, maybe, okay, the person will say, okay, but the person was not wounded and no blood came out actually. But if the person have some rashes on the skin and the blade like eventually or mistakenly pierces one of those rashes on the skin, even if the blood doesn't come out, right, out of those rashes, now you will discover, or you will find out that there is something comes out like the water. Now, if you then use that particular blade or that particular object or that particular razor on another man's skin, right, automatically, if you happens or mistakenly wound that particular person with that mouth or with that area, right, automatically the person will be infected with the virus. So far so good. I told you that you should stick around because I'm going to tell you how many confirmed cases of HIV and AIDS we have in Sierra Leone, right? Maybe some of you will be surprised with this result, or maybe some of you, this is not new to you, or maybe some of you have already heard of this that I'm coming to say now. Now, in Sierra Leone, now it will surprise you that we have 84,000 confirmed cases of HIV and AIDS. So you will be, that is the discovered ones. We don't know the ones that are yet undiscovered. We don't know the ones that are yet unknown, the ones that have not yet been revealed. But the ones that have or has been revealed, right, the ones that have been tested, it is 84,000. Mind you, there are people that they have never gone for test and they have never gone to like places, okay, let me just go do test. Many people, they don't have time for this. Many people, they don't have time for that. For example, let me just tell you this scenario, right? I normally like make friends with like prostitutes. In other words, I come close and observe what they do, how they do things, right? Now, normally, I was privileged to interview a prostitute at one time. So, like, I was like asking her, I say, okay, this thing that you people do, different men came, and you don't know the status of the man, you don't know whether the man has any virus or does not have any virus, you don't know if the man have is sick, you don't know, you just see, you people just go after the money. So how come? Now, this was the reply. Now, she said, now she has a private or a personal doctor, right? Now, this private or personal doctor, every month, right, she goes for checkup. Every month she goes for prevention against viruses, against sicknesses. But I'm not advising you to go into it, or if you are watching this video and you happens to be a prostitute, now all those preventions that they do, it's not 100% guaranteed, right, that you are safe from viruses or you are safe from sicknesses. What am I trying to say? Now, out of these 84,000 people that are infected with the virus, right, most, or let me say, let's just say 50, 60 or 70%, or even 80%, right, of the victim or of the people that are infected with the HIV and AIDS are among the youth. So the young people. So that is to say, it is very dangerous. So let's say now we talked about the secret societies in the starting of this video. I told you the initiation process and how it is done. Now I also explained, right, how we get or how we contacted through sexual immorality. And in most of these places, if you are privileged to visit these places that they normally host prostitutes, right, when you look around, most of the time it is hardly for you to see adults. Most of them are young people. Most of them that normally goes to these brothels, goes to the cartel, chasing all these prostitutes, these young people, right, are all youth, are all young people. So that is to say, 80% or 70% of the people that are infected are youth, right? Let me tell you now how they spread the virus, or how it is dangerous, right? Or how they do, or what they do. Now, normally, these people that are confirmed, or are now known that they have the virus, right? Now, they made a provision for them, in the sense they give them drugs, they give them medicine, right? Now, they now that have these drugs, right, if you came, or if you come in contact with them, and you happens to live with them, and have sexual affairs or sexual intercourse with them, they will not die. You will die immediately. Why? Because they already have what? The prevention. They already have the cure. So if you have, or if you meet with them, right, and get sexual intercourse with them, right, now that thing that they will release into you, number one, the virus will be released into you, and also you will contact the virus double. Because just say, let's say in this sense, like when you are detoxing something from someone, like when you are transferring, or maybe you have the power bank. Now the power bank is charged, and when the power bank is fully charged, then you use the power bank and plug another device like a phone, right? Now all the charging, or all the currents that is in the power bank, will be transferred into that particular device. That is what happens in this case. If someone is infected with HIV and AIDS, and you happens to come close, or you happens to meet with the person, right, now you automatically will be infected with the HIV and AIDS. So that is to say, as young people in Sierra Leone, or even not in Sierra Leone, I'll bring another country in my next video. Probably we will look at, or we will look into other countries, and how, or the amount of cases that they have. But as for us in Sierra Leone, as youth, young people, we must be careful on the type of people we have sexual intercourse with, the type of people we meet, the type of relationships we enter into. And in the case of the church, right, now there are some churches now that's normal, they have two treatment processes, right? The moment you show up, or the moment you come forth to the committee and say, oh, I've seen this woman, I want to marry this woman, right, you go for test. And after your courtship process, when you come back before the marriage, you also have another test, because they don't want you to like kill their daughter or their son before time. So that is the same message is going for us wherever you are, whatever ministry. Don't just see someone because the person is beautiful. Don't just see someone because the person is handsome. Don't just see someone because the person is wealthy. You don't know what he or she is carrying. So for you not to die before your time, you have to be careful the type of people you live with. You have to be careful the type of people you have sexual intercourse with. So for the meantime, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Until we meet again in our next video. But before I go, please, I'm down on my knees. I would like you to support our channel, because by you subscribing to our channel and sharing our videos, you are encouraging us to do more. You are telling us that we are actually and really doing a good job. So please, we might not be perfect at this genesis stage, and you also will discover or find out some things that are not properly made or some uncomfortable things. But please, we do want to apologize, and we say as time goes on, as we are going, we will continue to do more, and we will continue to do it better. For now, you all know I don't know much, I don't know anything, I'm just learning. So with your support and with your help, we will appreciate that, and we will do more. So for the meantime, we want to say thank you. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section, telling us your own view, asking questions, and also comment what you want to know or what you want to find out about HIV and AIDS. And if you already have it, comment on what to do or comment on the way out. We promise to help you out. For the meantime, I want to say thank you very much. I remain to be Joseph Kelvin Mara. I love you all. Thank you. Goodbye for now.